Hello and welcome back to my channel, L History. This is a Once Upon a Woman video on one of my favorite women of all times, Njinga of Angola. Njinga is overlooked, overshadowed by the other European queens. She's ignored, she's misunderstood. And here it's not a video on the life and reign of Njinga, and if you want that, please check out the amazing docudrama on Netflix on Njinga of Angola. My very good friend and talented friend, Professor Olivet Hotel, contributes to that docudrama with other amazing historians and scholars, and I really highly recommend the docudrama if you want to know more about the life and reign of Njinga of Angola. In this video, I want to discuss with you why do I think that Njinga of Angola is the ultimate warrior queen. Please stay until the end, because at the end of this video, I will give you a short book review on the best biography on Njinga of Angola. But first, I do have to give you a bit of historical context and who she was. So it's important to remember that in 1576, the Portuguese had established a colony in Luanda, in the coast of Africa, that was in the borders of the kingdom of Angola. There they were taking lots of slaves that they were sent back to South America in their other colonies. Njinga was born around 1582, 1583, and she died in 1663. Njinga is fearless, she's ruthless, she's determined, she's resilient, and she's powerful. She's the daughter of the king of Angola. His name was Angola Mambandi Kiluanji. In 1617, her father died and her brother Angola Mbande became king. In order to make sure that his authority would not be contested, he killed his older half-brother and he killed Njinga's son. He also made sure that his sisters, including Njinga, were sterilized so they could not have any other children that would contest his authority and his legitimacy. Njinga never forgave him and fled to the kingdom of Matamba at that time. I believe that what happened here made Njinga ruthless and also more powerful than ever. She had nothing left to lose. Because of the war with the Portuguese and Angola, because the Portuguese wanted more lands, wanted more slaves to send back to their colonies in South America, her brother Mbande needed a very skilled negotiator to discuss with the Portuguese about a peace treaty. And this is where we learn to the first reason why I think Njinga of Angola is the ultimate warrior queen. She was a skilled negotiator. In October 1621, there was a new governor of the Portuguese settlements in Luanda, Correia de Sousa. Njinga was sent to discuss with him a peace treaty. He wanted more slaves, and she discussed with him and defied him, saying that the kingdom of Angola would not send more slaves for the Portuguese. She was the voice of her brother that she hated personally, but they had to defend their territories because it was also part of a legacy. It was reported that Njinga said that he who is born free should maintain himself in freedom and not submit to others. With saying that, Njinga was defying the authority of the Portuguese. Because it was kind of like problematic as well to refuse to give more slaves to the powerful Portuguese, Njinga accepted to get baptized and to show an interest in Christianity. It was a very smart move, and it shows us how skilled and intelligent Njinga was. In 1624, her brother died in mysterious circumstances. Some people say that Njinga is responsible for his death. Nevertheless, we don't really know what happened, but she became queen of the kingdom of Angola. When she became queen, she had to discuss more with the Portuguese because the peace treaty that she negotiated in 1621 didn't last, obviously, because the Portuguese still wanted new territories and more slaves. Chroniclers Antonio Cavazzi and Antonio Gaota suggested that not only Njinga received an amazing education during her young age, like she received a really good education, she learned new languages including Portuguese, but also they suggested that she learned how to be physically strong. In 1624, Correia de Sousa, the governor of the Portuguese, asked for an audience with Njinga. It was a kind of a power struggle that we had here. Correia de Sousa was trying to intimidate Njinga. During the audience, Correa de Souza was sitting on a high chair and asked Njinga to sit on the floor. She refused, and instead she asked one of her servants to go on her fours so she could sit on her servant. And that way she was looking in the eyes of the Portuguese and being his equal. He was trying to intimidate her. He was trying to show that he was superior, and she was having none of it. This is what ultimately I absolutely love her. She was a very strong political actor. She was someone you had to take seriously. In 1624, they discussed again a peace treaty that would not last, and the Portuguese would keep sending raids into the kingdom of Angola. The Portuguese were trying to capture Njinga, and Njinga was forced to flee again in the kingdom of Matamba. The Portuguese chose to replace Njinga by a man that they chose named Angola Harry. He was of a slave origin and not eligible to reign, and Njinga never recognized his rule as legitimate. The reason why I believe that Njinga is the ultimate warrior queen is the third reason here is because she was a defiant queen. She never accepted her fate and always fought for what she thought was right for herself, and I really respect that. In 1631 and 1635, Njinga and her armies, the people who were loyal to her, invaded the kingdom of Matamba, and they deposed the queen Mwango Matamba. In order to fight for her rights and for what was hers and to fund their armies and their warriors, Njinga ultimately made an alliance with the Dutch East India Company. In 1644, Njinga defeated the Portuguese at the Battle of Angoulême, and 2 years later she defeated them again. Fortunately for her, the Dutch ultimately sided with the Portuguese against her, and she had to end her life and her reign with continuous fight against the Portuguese and the Dutch. She is a defiant, rebellious queen. The thing that are very interesting about Njinga's life is also the way she portrayed herself, the way she was embracing rulership. The things that people don't really know about her is that she used to dress as a man and forced her husband and all of her male courtiers to dress as women. She was really into this gender play where she wanted to show that ultimately she was not a queen but a female king. And obviously I'm gonna love that because it reminds me of Elizabeth I, who said that she had the heart and stomach of a king. And I think that Njinga of Angola is the ultimate warrior queen because she did have the heart and stomach of a king. Finally, I would like to review this amazing biography. It is the best biography on Njinga of Angola. It is the Africa's Warrior Queen by Linda M. Heywood, and she's a professor of history, and she's absolutely remarkable. I could not recommend this book more to you right now because I really believe that not only it is packed with primary evidence, it really goes into details about the life and reign of Njinga of Angola. It shows you how misunderstood she was, it sheds light on all her accomplishments, but also the things that she's done that maybe she should not have done. Because ultimately, no one is perfect, and ultimately all these great women or great men made mistakes, and that is okay to say it and to disclose that. But what I love here is the research that was done in this book, and I really hope that you will get a copy of this book because Njinga of Angola and her life and reign deserves to be known by all of us. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really had so much fun. I really love Njinga, so I really had so much fun doing that video. And if you have any comments, please don't forget to ask me anything in the comments. I will reply to you. And I hope to see you next time for my video on Olympe de Gouges, so a French revolutionary woman. So watch this space, it will be next week. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like that video and to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.